With the launch of the new season, there are more stasis aspects for Beyond Light owners to go after. To start, you're of course going to visit the Extra Stranger, aka LC Bray, to pick up the quest, and of course pick up more fragment quests in whatever playlist you prefer. There's 4 new ones as well, in addition to the aspects, so why not? To start, you're going to want to head to the north of the map, also known as Kells Rising, which is going to be a bit of a walk, so you might want to just fast travel to get started. Once you fast travel, you're going to take the usual path you usually would to get into Kells Rising, which involves taking this elevator up and following it all the way the regular path. The only diversions you'll have to take is the right turn between the 2 areas that will take you immediately up an elevator as opposed to going down. You'll follow markers until you get to this location, which will hold your first fragment you need to break. Now this fragment will break under stasis, but not cryosthesia, so you cannot use the new stasis sidearm. You must use the stasis grenade launcher from Beyond Light. Fair warning, you will have to likely do this quest. I doubt you'll even be able to access it if you don't unlock it. So if you can access it but don't have Salvation's Grip, you must do the quest for it. Once you actually have it in your inventory, you might be lucky and have some from swapping over. If not, there is a heavy box for your convenience. Just go ahead and charge it up, get the little laser dot on it, and shoot it once. But of course, once you break it, you'll have some company to deal with, which if you're like me and didn't swap weapons or infuse, they'll be above light. Once you deal with them, you'll of course take your Salvation's Grip and take it all the way around as the game tells you to, breaking each of these along the way. Of course, there will be more to fight once you get to the top. Once you get through that wave, there will be a few more you need to break just past, but after breaking these 2, you will need to wrap around the building and go all the way around the top. Once you get to the top, there will be one last shard to break that will spawn a big shard and will start spawning a few waves of enemies. You'll start going through these, and of course, if you're like me and forgot to switch off weapons, they will still be high light, but don't worry, you can just swap weapons back, because you don't need Salvation's Grip at this point. Once you get to the final part of it, which would be a cursed chicken harpy, you would eventually deal with it in whatever way you can, and that would be the last step here. This is just like last season, where it takes you to a heroic version of a survival challenge, or a exo simulation. Now this one is a special version that has several modifiers, including various champions and a few stasis benefits, as well as various others, including loop arc pools dropping and various other illnesses and negative effects. It is recommended you take a team with you through these missions, as solo it is a bit more difficult and chaotic. Now, once you start, it will look like a usual survival simulation, which has a less tame version, or a more tame version of the Biting Cold debuff from the raid, where if you reach 10 stacks, it would kill you in the raid. Here, once you reach 10 stacks of Biting Cold, it would just start steadily eroding your health. Of course, it is the same. The main difference through here is that there is an occasional champion in the way, and enemies are a little harder to kill. Once you get to the final boss, it is mostly the same, including here, except with an overload champion, but of course with some barrier mods, this fight is a little bit easier, if not still chaotic. Once you get through everything though, the end of the quest is near. Upon mission complete, you'll be told to return to the ziggurat back in Europa once again, and this will continue just like it did last season, where you will stand on the point, and then you'll be teleported inside the ziggurat, or at least the darkness ship, I believe. Once you ascend the staircase, you will have a long walk, but it is worth it because it rewards you with your new class-specific aspect. I will warn you too, you do not need to do this multiple times. Once you do this the first initial time, you only have to do none else. You just have to go to your other characters, enter the ziggurat, and embrace the darkness within, just like you're doing here. Once you do that, your aspects will be yours.